want to see how easy these come up. Oh, he's really. Oh,
there you got him.
Yeah.
Not hard.
Don't need a weed puller or nothing.
Now here, I want everybody to notice this. You know what time of year this is? This is summer,
Weed season.
and it's not been raining. Now, I want you to notice this plant here.
Green.
Does it look to you like it's struggling?
No.
Does it look like it might be kind of healthy, like dark green, plenty of nitrogen?
Yeah.
Realizing it hasn't rained, this is summer, and a seed blew in on top of these wood chips, and that happened. I don't know about you, but this gets my attention. I'm a gardener, and I know how hard I work to try to get that when I used to till and fertilize.
Right.
And I did nothing. This happened accidentally from my perspective, and looks far better than the stuff that I used to work to do.
Right.
You know? Yeah, and so I mean, it speaks volumes to me.
holes.
I just love that. You know, it's just like, yeah, awesome. Now get around it, because I want you to see something. Go around it with your hands, loosen it up, and pull it up. You know, and get the root system. I want you to see how large the root system is. Now go ahead and get around and pull it up. Now you see how far out those roots are reaching. Look at that. Look at all those roots on that tiny little piece of grass. You see, in dirt, you don't have a root system like that.
No, you don't.
And you see, this shows me the power of oxygen and the life force of this material. I mean, that's huge.
Spread out.
Yeah. And the reason why it's so green and healthy, because it can eat. It can take up nutrients. When you have compacted soil and you have no roots, I don't care how much you water, the plant can't take up because there's no roots. So roots are, I just get so off on looking at these root systems because they're so massive. Like, wow, it's so cool.
That looks like a clover.
It is.
It is.
Could you find a 4-leaf clover for me then?
Throw it to him and
Baby.
let him look. Check it out.
I'm being
Facetious. You find it.
You might get lucky.
maybe.
So how many wood chips do you put down on this every year?
This place here, I just started. This used to be all grass, and I got to a place where I'm not mowing real well because I use a walk behind mower. So I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna cover it with wood chips. But you know what I'm seeing here, beside being so comfortable to walk on, no mud, you know, no grass to mow, that if things ever change and we have a need to grow food, this space can become one amazing community garden instantly. And while I'm waiting, it's just upgrading. It's getting better. I mean, this whole space can be turned into a community garden right now.
Yeah.
And I could grow unreal food here to feed incredible number of people. So it's just awesome. The cover just is such an asset. It's such a blessing. It's so cool.
I have watched your videos and I've ordered in mulch and I've had 60 yards that I've put down so far this year.
That's a lot. Good for you.
But I just put a whole bunch of potatoes down one lane, on one row, and I got 7 potatoes growing. I gave it no water whatsoever, and I live in Spokane.
Don't you love it?
And
Now,
I was just excited.
Spokane.
I was
Wow.
just excited that I didn't put any water, and I didn't do it until June, and I got potatoes.
I would encourage you to keep watering, and you're gonna get a lot of nice potatoes. Like water.
Yes.
So if you have water, and you're gonna get the best potatoes.
I do have water, but I was trying to see just what it
I'm
would do.
I'm just telling you from experience. You're already seeing it's working, so help it,
Well, she's got that much mulch because she's trying to kill weeds.
Yeah,
and it'll work.
I have a ton of weeds in a big meadow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get it.
Well, if you get a put 8 inches or more wood chips, will take out the weeds.
I hope so.
It
So
will.
8-inch layer on top.
It's all about suffocation. Listen, if plants don't have light and air, they die.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so basic. Everything has to have light and air. When you take that out, it dies.
Well, it's been an adventure this summer.
Well, it's cool, and you're gonna find it's gonna get fun for you because it works and it's very encouraging.
Yeah.
And when you harvest your potatoes, you got a hole dug. take your biggest potato, put it back in the hole, and cover it with wood
I
chips.
remember you.
And you're
on
good for
your
next year.
video on that one, huh?
Don't show
My
up and
husband did that right away.
And
From what you
freezing and
said,
everything,
Paul.
It's okay, huh?
well,
like,
again,
put that
here's you know, she's asking through freezing and everything.
But we did it.
Remember the term volunteers? When you harvest potatoes, you don't get them all. You follow me? And next March, you're seeing all these potatoes coming out all around that you didn't get. They're called volunteers.
Oh, yes.
And they're way ahead of the stuff you're planting. And they went through the winter with all the freeze. Did you hear me?
I heard you.
It went through the winter with all the freeze they said would kill it, but it didn't. It's doing fine
Because of the mulch?
because it was covered.
Because it was covered.
It was covered. It's all about covering.
Had a potato plants pop out of my blueberry plants that I have in pots.
Because it got there. It came
Where
there.
do you live?
I live in Federal Way, Washington.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
warmer.
You're,
I'm on the west side.
So what kind of rainfall do you get here, Paul?
we get anywhere from 14 to 18 inches.
Yeah, and that's about the same as Spokane.
Yeah, this is the well, we're in a rain shadow. You see, it's 70 miles down the road. There's a rainforest
Yeah.
that gets 14 feet of annual rainwater. 14 feet. Did you hear me? When the clouds come in to swim, they're empty. They dumped it all in the rainforest. They pick up on the way to Seattle water, but when they come across swim, there's no water in them. You go to swim right now, all the grass is totally brown.
Yeah.
Totally
Been
brown.
here all week.
Because
It is dead.
it doesn't rain there. It dumped it all in the rainforest. But
Well,
you,
when
What gave me
Seattle, 'cause
courage
we
to
haven't got
want to
rain.
do not water
gotten
was
it.
because I
Oh,
was looking at what
extremely dry summer.
what you said.
you know, and these trees never get watered. But what I'm discovering is that water is an asset, and it really encourages the composting process. So it's not a negative.
Sure.
And if you have water, it's a big asset. It's a blessing, you know. So you can do without it, but it just is an improvement if you have it.
Help break down the mold.
Yeah, because you see dry mulch like sitting up here. Let me just show you here. It's not going to break down very quick because it's very dry.
What's this mostly from?
This is cedar, yeah.
Is that what you normally would put it in?
I put whatever I can get. I'm glad for your question. You see, people will tell you you can't use cedar, you can't use pine, and you certainly can't use walnut. That's the worst. You following me? But what I see in nature, when I ask the creator about the stuff you can't use, I love his sense of humor again. He says, I have no landfill somewhere off on the planet. I'm taking that stuff you can't use. And I started busting it up. Everything in nature falls on the ground, no one removes it, and it turns back to dirt, and everything goes fine. So to help me, he had his tree service brought me a 10-yard truckload of exclusive walnut wood chips that he dumped in Squim in August, where it doesn't rain. And I got a 4.5-foot raised bed, okay? 4.5-foot raised bed. Pile of wood chips. No water, August. And out of that pile starts growing this walnut because the walnut tree didn't get broken. And I'm saying, you have my attention. And it was green, it wasn't yellow, no nitrogen tie-up. And this is in August, 4.5-foot raised bed with no water. And in October, it was 3 feet tall. My brother dug it up and went and planted his yard. He's got a walnut tree. But what I love about it is that it was full on walnut, no water. I mean, everything should have not happened, and it did. And I'm getting is that I got lied to. And I'll use whatever I can get. You put it on top of the ground, it breaks down, and you're good. Here's the thing I'm seeing. You see, our problem is we can't leave it alone, and we till it in. Then you have issues. But you see the tannic acid in cedar, which is toxic. Tannic acid is hard on plants. When that falls in the ground, through the composting process, by the time the material gets to the roots, composting has changed it. The tannic acid is not there anymore. And what I'm seeing, the creator who made this, coming in place of all wisdom, all knowledge, didn't miss anything. You hearing me? He didn't miss anything. He made it perfect. And everything left alone, going through the compost process, ends up perfect. Because that's how, and here's the word, from dust we came, from dust return. Everything he made turns back to dirt. It's the most beautiful recycling program I've ever seen. It's awesome.
Paul, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
We've been trying to get wood chips with the branches,
Uh-huh.
and leaves, and all that.
Mhm.
And when we go to tree service or we see someone in the Seattle area,
Uh-huh.
they tell us you don't want these wood chips.
You tell them I would
diseased.
like those wood chips.
Okay.
The disease is no issue. Like I say, in nature, diseased trees fall over and die. Are you following me? You get a drought, the forest turns brown and trees die. They fall over and die. And when it rains again, everything's growing green in that space. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
through the composting process, whatever disease issue is there is totally eradicated.
Before planting in it, do we need to wait some time?
I wouldn't worry about it. I just pull the wood. Here's the thing, again, you ask the creator. You ask him, can I plant in this? If you have peace, go for it. You have a check, don't.
Okay.
You can always trust peace.
Okay.
It'll never lead you astray.
What about pesticides they sprayed on it or anything like that?
If you look at this sky above me, it's pretty it's a little, not as white as not as blue as it could be, but when you realize the pollution China and the rest of the world is putting on this planet today, and to have this clean air, this earth is amazing at recovery. It's huge. It's amazing. It's just incredible how it cleans up. And so I just have total confidence that it's good.
Okay.
I'm not going to worry about it.
All right. So I'm going to force them to give
Whatever
it to
you have, give me. I don't care what it
Keep
is.
telling us no,
and
you
and,
don't
and
want this.
I do want it. Thank you. and when you come back in a few years, watch what it does, so you can change your mind and realize that it's okay. You know?
Okay. All right.
I have a little concern in Spokane. We have such fire danger right now. Do I have any problems?
No, here's what's so cool. I'm so glad for these questions. The girls who did the film, there's 2 young women who did the film, who were living in Big Sur, California, out in the country. And their neighbor was off-grid, had a solar system, and somehow it caught on fire and burned the house down. The fire department didn't get there till the house was gone. After they put out all the fire, they came over to the girls' house to make sure nothing was happening there. And when the fire chief saw all the wood chips up against the house, he says, wow, this is the most amazing fire retardant, because wood chips are in a composting state. They're not going to catch fire. They're composting.
So I can put it up.
It's an asset. It's going
I
to
haven't
stop
been
a
putting- I
fire.
haven't been putting
It's
it
going to
in
stop a
one of
fire.
my
It's not
yards.
going to encourage a fire.
Wow.
It's composting is awesome.
That's going to save your place.
It's going to say, the fire chief, this is a fire retardant. He was blown away. He was totally blown away. Because he kicks it away. Look at it there. That's wet. No fire's going to, happen in that. It's not gonna,
The surface.
see the garden they were watering, so it was wet on the surface.
so
And in
that's
your
why.
garden, you're going to be watering. So it's not going to happen. It can't happen.
Water it in August.
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.